After 8 long, glorious years, the Nintendo Switch is finally getting a sequel. But the big question now, is the thing actually worth it? From the games themselves to the various new software features on the console, we've been putting the Switch 2 through its paces to find out if it's truly pocket-worthy. In case you've been living in a monastery with no internet or something for the last 6 months, the Nintendo Switch 2 is essentially a more powerful Nintendo Switch. It's out now for $450 and provides the same TV/handheld hybrid capabilities as the first Switch, along with a lot more. The Switch 2 packs way more power than the original. We now have up to 4K resolution, which I'm really excited about, and in some cases games can hit 120 frames per second. The handheld unit has a 1080p 120Hz LCD display with new Joy-Con controllers that attach and detach magnetically. Overall, it's bigger than the first Switch, but it actually maintains the same level of thinness as the first, making it very comfortable in the hands and in any bag or carrying case. If the Joy-Cons aren't your thing, you can also use the new Switch 2 Pro controller or even an old Switch 1 Pro controller. I'm a Pro controller person, but it's nice to know I have plenty of options. The Switch 2 also brings a bunch of new online and social features, and some of them are actually pretty impressive. At the center of it all is game chat. Just tap the new C button and you can instantly start voice chatting with up to 11 friends, no extra app required. You can even stream your gameplay to them in real time. It's not super high res, but it works. There's support for USB-C webcams, a really solid speech-to-text tool for accessibility, and even a feature that lets you share certain multiplayer games instantly with friends, even if they don't own them yet. Honestly, game chat might be the biggest online leap Nintendo's ever made. Not long after launch, I was testing out game chat with a buddy of mine, and we were playing different games at the same time and streaming them to each other. They sold me on a cool little indie game I'd never heard of just by showing it to me for a few minutes, and then I sold them on Vector Man for the Sega Genesis because I only play the hottest, newest video games. It felt like worlds colliding, and it wouldn't have happened without game chat. It felt like being in a Switch 2 commercial, to be honest, and it was pretty cool. The new display is totally fine for handheld play, but let's be real, once an OLED model drops, and you know it will, people are gonna want it. The current LCD screen just isn't super vibrant, and the launch title Mario Kart World looks worse than it does on a nice TV. Which is a shame, because the game is gorgeous and an absolute blast. Another big bonus with Switch 2 is that the system software is significantly faster than before. Anyone who has ever tried buying a game digitally on the Switch 1's eShop knows exactly what I'm talking about. Believe me when I tell you that is no longer a problem, and for that we can all be grateful. Unfortunately, the Switch 2 isn't without some drawbacks. For one, there's a new virtual game card system that effectively treats your digital game purchases like they were physical copies. You can only load a digital purchase onto one Switch console at a time, with the ability to loan it to a friend for up to 2 weeks. Maddeningly, while it's loaned out, you can't play it yourself. This is going to create so many headaches for families with multiple Switches in one household. Another bummer is that the battery life isn't great in handheld mode. You're looking at 2, 3, maybe 4 hours of juice on a full charge if you're lucky. Certain games like Cyberpunk 2077 just destroy the battery in a way that's almost impressive to witness. The onboard 256GB of storage will also be annoying to deal with until microSD express cards for storage expansion become cheaper. While the Switch 2 doesn't have anywhere near the software versatility of something like a Steam Deck, which is around the same price, it does have a better display in many respects and is much more comfortable to hold. Plus, you can't play Mario Kart or any other first-party Nintendo games on any other platform, at least not without running afoul of Nintendo's terrifying legal team. So, is the Switch 2 pocket-worthy? Put simply, the Switch 2 is almost everything I wanted it to be. It drags Nintendo into the modern era with excellent online features, vastly improved visuals, and more premium-feeling hardware. I think it's definitely worth the money if it holds any appeal to you at all whatsoever. Are you excited for Nintendo Switch 2? Let us know in the comments, and if you want to read my full review of the console and learn about other products, head over to Mashable.com.